What's up, guys? It's Nick from the No Fucking Around crew here, representing the No Fucking Around crew shirt. It is I was gonna say Thursday. It's a Monday evening for me. Might be a Monday night, a Monday morning, a Monday afternoon for you. It might be a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Thursday, a Friday, a Saturday, or Sunday. Whatever day it is, I hope you're enjoying it because you know what we do with the No Fucking Around crew. We learn, we grow, we love, we enjoy, and we play. All right. So today I want to talk to you guys about the top 5 regrets of the dying. All right. Regrets are a real son of a bitch, and I'm sure that a lot of us out there have some. I try to live my life nowadays without regrets, so that when my time comes, I can look back and say, all right, I'm ready to go. I did everything that I could to my fullest. I did my best. And I think that at the end of the day, if you do your best, you wouldn't have any regrets when you leave this planet, wherever we go, right? And we want to leave on a positive note. We want to leave peacefully because you never know where you're going after this. So you might as well do the work now so that the next life, you have already done all that work and you move on, you level up and keep leveling up. But who knows what goes on after that. So I want to talk to you about the top 5 regrets, like I said. So the first one, we're going to jump right into it. I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Okay, that seems to be the top regret of the dying. So I'm going to keep this computer over here so I can keep looking at that because that's a pretty long one. I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Okay, so ask yourself that question. Are you living a life true to yourself, or are you living a life based upon what others expect of you? All right, since we've been born, we've had other people's opinions of how we should live, where we should go in our lives, what direction we should go in. I mean, from grammar school, I went to a Catholic school. I was born and raised Catholic. We weren't super extreme or anything like that. But I went to church, and, there was good things and bad things, in my opinion, about the Catholic Church. I think it shaped me with good morals and stuff like that. But I think it's kind of boring, in my opinion. I think there's probably other ways to get the teachings across in a more fun manner, more educational. But that's besides the point. So we're focusing on this here. The courage to live a life true to yourself. If you're not doing that currently, you got to ask yourself, what is my true self? Who am I? What life would I want to live? So that when I'm 85, 90 years old, who knows how old you'll be, and you're laying on your deathbed, you could say, I lived that life true to myself, right? I mean, from the beginning of time, like I said, you're doing your schoolwork. You got people chirping in your ear. Oh, maybe you should do accounting. Oh, maybe you should be a doctor. Maybe you should be a dentist. Maybe you should be a fireman. Maybe you should join a union, right? So by the time you're out of high school, you got all these people chirping in your ear. And have you ever really stopped to say, what do I want to do? Next thing you know, you're in college. What major? I picked a major based upon what my friends were doing, And you might say, well, buddy, that's because you're weak-minded. Well, I'll tell you what, back in the day, I was weak-minded. I was going to do whatever my friends were doing because I wanted to hang out with them. And I wasn't very goal-oriented or driven at that point in my life. And I didn't have a good head on my shoulders in regards to where I wanted to go in the future. I didn't know. So I followed suit. But all the time, I knew inside of myself that this isn't what I wanted to do. However, I don't regret it. I really don't, because it got me to the point where I knew that I didn't want to do it, but I guess I had to be forced into the situation to experience it and really see that that is not what I want to do. So yeah, you got to just take a step back, analyze your own life, see where you're at, and see where you can make some sort of changes to be true to yourself. Are you afraid to go out there and sing? You have a great voice, but you're just scared to do it. You mean you don't even have to have a great voice. You want to sing karaoke? Get your ass up there and sing. And try not to get drunk to do it. It's all stuff like that. I mean, you don't want to get on that deathbed and have regrets. If you're overweight, get your ass to the gym. It's now is the time, and the time is now, because there ain't no time like the present, and you know it's true. But in all seriousness, don't wait until a health problem comes up in order for you to get your health right. If you're feeling good right now, get your ass to the gym. If you're feeling shitty, get your ass to the gym. It's about staying motivated, all right? So that's the number one thing. Stay true to yourself. We all have a calling inside, I feel like. You know, we just do. You ever have a feeling like, oh, I want to do some charity work, but you never do it? Get off your ass and do it. Every year my band and me and my band, we do a charity event at my buddy's brewery, Yonkers Brewing Company, where we put like 5 or 6 bands together and we raise money and Toys for Tots, or we do Feeding Westchester from New York, and we raise some money for them. So this year I think we're going to do Feeding Westchester again, but it feels good to do that, you know, because you got to give back. You got to give back, especially during Christmas time, during the holidays, but all the time. So yes, do what's in your heart. Follow through what's calling to you from your heart. All right? Remember, legends never die. But, you know, heroes get remembered, but legends never die. Follow your heart and you'll never go wrong. Babe Ruth, or the ghost of him anyway, Sandlot. You already know it. Come on. All right, number 2. I wish I hadn't worked so hard. Okay. So this is kind of a double-edged sword here, because hard work in areas that you enjoy isn't a bad thing. I think probably you want to extend this to, I wish I didn't work so many hours away from my family when I could have spent a lot more time with them, right? Hard work doesn't mean you're working hard. I mean, it doesn't mean you're working long. It means you're putting in the time when you need to put in the time. And the time needs to be put in if you want to succeed in life in certain areas, you know? I mean, this isn't just about your career or job. You have to keep up on areas in your life in order to keep things steady, right? You gotta, if you want to work out, you gotta get to the gym. You gotta at least get in there for a half an hour or so 3 times a week just to maintain what you got, you know? But I guess they're really talking about career-wise here, not working so hard. But I'd like to change that to not working so many hours. Because like I said, if you're working an 8-hour day and you're working hard, I mean, that's the standard work day. But could you chop it down? Could you do that 4-hour work day? I think you can, personally, because that's, if it was, you know, if it was my world, we'd be doing 4-hour work days for sure. You could bust your ass, get that 8 hours worth of work done in 4 hours. You know you can. I'm talking to you. You know you can. All right? So yes, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. I think they're talking about spending more time, quality time with probably their friends and family and stuff like that. Number 3, I wish I had the courage to express my feelings. All right. If anybody knows about chakras and Reiki, most people's throat chakras are pretty closed up. And if you've had Reiki done, you probably are aware of that. I've had Reiki done multiple times. Whenever my Reiki instructor goes over my throat, I get very emotional. I start breathing heavy. That's because our energy is locked in our throat because we do not communicate well, right? It's the truth. If somebody's bothering you at work, how many people look over and say, hey man, do you think you could just like step back for a little bit? I'm really busy. I'll get back to you. How many times do we stay in shitty relationships with people because we're too afraid to break up with them, to hurt their feelings, right? Anything. I mean, somebody pisses you off anywhere and you don't say anything, you know, not to say that you gotta yell at them or fight them or anything like that, but all that stuff builds up and then you explode. So if somebody bothers you or says something to you that bothers you, talk to them, communicate with them calmly. You know, letting it build up is not good because you will explode. I've done that plenty of times, and I've learned very recently that that is not a masculine thing to do. Contrary to popular belief, blowing up on people is not masculine. Controlling your emotions is masculine. All right? I've only learned that recently. So I wish I'd had the courage to express my feelings. Do your best to just let out your truth in any circumstance, as long as it's safe to do, you know? You don't want to be like in the middle of some sort of protest on the opposite side and start screaming stuff out, you might get your ass kicked for that. So as long as it's a safe place, safe environment, communicate properly, and you'll see that you will feel better about yourself, and it'll help you express your true nature and all that good stuff. So 4, I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. Okay, so one of my best friends, Rob, he's no longer with us. He passed away a few years ago, but I know he's watching over us over here. When we were younger, we went our separate ways into different high schools, and he would always keep in touch with us. He would call us, and he went to Fordham Prep. Me and my other friends, we went to Stepanak in White Plains. So he always called us, and if it wasn't for him, we would not be friends anymore. And he told us that his father used to say, it's very important to keep in touch with your friends. Always call them, see how they're doing. So at a very young age, like 13, 14, he was doing that. He was making sure that he kept in touch with us, and that kept us together. We remained friends, until he passed away, and we're still friends because he's in my heart, and I know he's here with us. I know he's here right now, probably 100%. Not probably, he is. I went to a medium. If you believe in mediums, which I do, he was with me the whole time, and she didn't stop talking about him for like 45 minutes, and she called him out by his name. All right. And it wasn't just guesswork, throwing out 10 names. She, out of nowhere, blurted his name out. So anyhow, he's the reason why we all stayed in touch with each other. And, I went to college with him. He landed me a whole bunch of jobs because, he was that guy that he was one of the guys that I followed into college. I followed him into accounting. He got me these jobs that I had. And, cause that's what I did for a while. I'm not an accountant anymore. Because I did quit because I had to be true to myself, and he understood that. And so it's very important to remain friends with people from your childhood. Those people you grew up with, keep in touch with them. You may have gone to different colleges. They may be married and you're not. They may have kids and you don't. That's okay. Go hang out with their kids, Go pumpkin picking or apple picking with them. That kind of stuff. It's very, very important. You choose your friends. You have your family, and hopefully you have a great family. I'm blessed to have a great family. I love my family. But your friends you choose. So keep in touch with them, because otherwise the flame of friendship will dwindle. There's friends that you could call up. I have a bunch of friends that I could call up that I don't talk to normally. I can call them up and it'll be like, just like yesterday that we were hanging out or something like that. But it's always good to see your friends. Every year, me and my friends, we get together for a Christmas dinner. There's like 20 of us or something like that. We go to the bottom. There's this awesome restaurant in Yonkers called Zupa's. We go in the basement, and it's a wine cellar and this big table. And we all just, we have a couple beers, some glasses of wine, and the appetizers, and the meals are just absolutely amazing. It's just fully loaded, fried calamari, pizzas, the dried sausage, cheeses, lamb balls, rice balls, everything you can imagine. Sausage, maybe I said that, I didn't. And then they give you the penny alla vodka, or another thing, maybe some raviolis for your primo piatto, first plate. And then they give you a choice of like a steak, a chicken, a salmon, and then you get your dessert. And then they bring out a nice shot for everybody. They give you Zeppelis, all that stuff. It's absolutely amazing. And that time of the year, Christmas time, it's a great time. And just to be around all your friends like that, it's absolutely amazing. So I look forward to that every single year. So keep in touch with your friends. Keep in touch with your family as well. All right? Number 5, I wish I had let myself be happier. Okay. I wish I had let myself be happier. Happiness is up to you. It really is. I've learned that very recently. Your happiness does not bank or rely on anybody else. Okay, a lot of the times in relationships, we think that it's supposed to. We think that our significant other, our girlfriend, our spouse is supposed to be the person that makes us happy. You have that responsibility. They do not have that responsibility. Are they supposed to try to make you happy and make you smile every day? Yeah, I'm sure. You know what I mean? That's good. They should make you happy and not sad. But your true happiness depends on yourself, and it all depends on how much you're willing to put into it. Okay? I know that from experience because in past relationships I've banked on my significant other to keep my happiness up, to keep my drive up, to set goals together so I have a reason to go. But you know what? Goals are for you. Yes, you should have relationships. You could work together towards things, but you do not need to. You shouldn't bank on people to, number one, make you happy. Like I said, happiness is inside. You shouldn't bank on them to give you drive to pursue certain things in your life, different avenues. It's good if they help you and push you towards that, but it's not on them to do. You know, obviously, like I said, you want a relationship that will boost your happiness, boost your drive to pursue certain goals and to learn and grow in your life. Okay? But ultimately, your happiness is up to you. So that fifth one said, I wish I chose to be happier. Something along the lines of that. Decided to be happier. If you have a decision to be happy or not, choose to be happy. Okay? Happiness is a matter of, if you're in a shitty mood, you just say to yourself, you could take a second and say, why am I in a shitty mood? If you don't know why, say you just woke up in a shitty mood. It doesn't matter that you don't know. You can still get out of it. You just have to say to yourself, I don't want to be in this fucking mood today, and I'm not going to let it ruin my day. So I'm going to get out of it. Think of something fucking awesome. Think of a time, and this is why the present moment is very important, because when you're doing something fucking awesome, I want you to take a second, take a step back, really absorb that moment, memorize it, fucking remember it. Look at something so detailed and be like, okay. Like, I was doing work the other day at my buddy's house, and you know, where I'm fucking shoveling rocks because we're digging out trenches for it because his backyard was flooded and shit like that, so we had to put drainage pipes in. I took a second and looked at a tree, and I'll never fucking forget it because I said, I'm gonna remember this. I looked at a little pine tree. I looked at the leaf, or whatever it is, the pine, and I remembered it. So now every time I want to think of that moment, I just remember that because I had a good time doing it. Yeah, it was a lot of work, you know, but it was camaraderie. We were together with a couple of our friends, and you know, I'm out there, and I knew that I was helping my buddy, you know, and he's the type of guy that would help me if I needed it. It's just, it feels good to help people when they need you and they feel like they can count on you, you know? So be somebody that people can count on. But yes, I was going to a point there. I got to re-find it. Let's see. Yes, so think of a time that made you really happy. Maybe in a past relationship. Like, oh my God, even though that relationship might be over, just think of a time that made you really happy in that relationship. Be like, all right, I'm really grateful for that. That was fucking awesome. You went on a trip together. You spent a moment. You went on a fucking hot air balloon. You remember your first kiss or something like that, you know? You remember just laying down watching a movie. Anything, okay? But you could be like, oh, it was the fucking Yankees won the pennant or something. They won the championship. The fucking Boston Red Sox won the fucking ship. You know what I'm saying? Whatever state you're in. It doesn't matter. The fucking Florida Gators won the Nationals. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter. Think of a time like that and just say, sweet, because it's the same thing. Something got you in that shitty mood, something negative, probably subconsciously, which you don't even know about. So just fucking change it to something awesome and positive and get the fuck out of it. It's one or the other. So choose the fucking happy path. Because, I mean, every day you have a choice. You wake up. What are you going to do today? You going to bitch about the weather? You're going to fucking bitch when somebody cuts you off on the road? You're going to bitch when your boss pisses you off? Or are you going to get up in the morning and go like this? Oh, it's raining out. It's fucking beautiful. Listen, it poured today. It was raining the whole ride on at work. And I enjoyed it. Honestly, you know? I put my shades on, made it even darker, and I was just in the moment. Okay, I listened to the rain pour down on my car. It was very peaceful. I have a beautiful ride up to Taconic every morning. The leaves are changing. It's fall. We're in the middle of October over here. Just take it in the moment, you know? And honest, in all seriousness, if you start your day off right, probably people won't cut you off anyway because you have that fucking positivity going, that aura, your energy's out there. You attract what you put out, boys and girls. All right? So I think I'm going to draw to a close here because those are the top 5 regrets of the dying. All right? So live while you're alive, basically. All right? Do what's in your heart. Do good. Be a good person. All right? So if you like what you heard today, you can go ahead and share it with somebody if you'd like. Like and subscribe. Hit that little bell ding, for notifications. And I'm going to leave you guys with the top 4 or 5 things that I always leave you with. It changes all the time how many I'm going to leave. When you have the option to do something that you want to do it, always win it, and always crush it. Number 2, ain't no time like the present. Why? Because the time is now, and now is the time, as we already said before. Number 3, do not fuck around. Number 4, love hard and play hard. Number 5, we're all human beings. And we all fall off the wagon sometimes. Do not berate yourself. Do not beat yourself up. It's all about how quickly you get back up on that wagon, and that's what we do here. We all got each other's backs. All right, if you're feeling down and out, you've gotten off the wagon, drop a comment below if you want. Say, hey man, I need a little help. All right, maybe somebody else will chime in, tell you they've been in your same situation. Okay? But remember, if things get really tough, always remember that you can reach out to a therapist, get some professional help. All right? What else? What else do I want to say to you guys? If you want one of these shirts, you know where to find it at noeffingaroundcrew at Gmail. Not Gmail. On Instagram, noeffingaroundcrew. And if you need to contact me, hit me up at noeffingaroundcrew at gmail.com. All right? Other than that, I love you guys. Be safe out there. Play hard. No fucking around crew out.